Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I was checking Discord.
Hello.
Hey, Rose.
Hey Mel, how you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna turn the game volume down so it's easier to hear you on Streamlabs. I'm also gonna crank up your volume so that again, easier to hear you. But yeah, how's it been?
Things have...
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say things have been kind of back and forth lately, but I mean, it'll be nice to be back in Florida, I guess.
Yeah. Gonna be pretty chill, I think. It definitely is a bit surreal jumping from state like, from one state back into Florida, I will say. Like, if it's been, like, less than a month or so. Because I definitely felt that.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I've done it before. Back when I was 18, I moved to New Hampshire and had to move back to Florida, like, the following month. But that was more because of, like, I had an anxiety attack and
Yeah.
wasn't really adulthood yet.
Right. Yeah. Mine was because of my shitty deadbeat dingus, is what I'll call him, because he does not deserve the... He doesn't even deserve a deadbeat dad, I'll be honest. That's a bit too much
Fair enough.
for that little fuck.
As someone who has a deadbeat dad and deserves less, I can understand that.
But yeah, as I told you in our private chats, I'm streaming for Queers Fight Transphobia charity fundraiser organized by my friends at a Girl Stream Team.
Yeah, you mentioned that like yesterday.
I mentioned a bit as in terms of I'll be streaming every day for June, but
Well, yeah, that too. But
yeah, this is what I'm doing. Is that's why I'm streaming every day, is for the Transgender Law Center, which people can get the Tiltify link in the chat upon request. But currently I am doing Tiny Rogues.
Gotcha.
Which you played a bit of when you first came back here a couple of months ago. Okay, the game is choking and dying right now for some reason. Very strange.
Uh-oh.
It's back now.
Okay.
I didn't take any damage while the frames were dying, but then I took damage immediately after. Amazing. At least I don't think I took any damage while the frames were dropping. I can't tell. It basically turned into a presentation. Remember when they tried making prezzies a thing? So surreal.
Oh, by the way, wanted to mention this to you. I will be arriving tomorrow morning because that deadbeat that I mentioned isn't the one picking me up from the airport.
Amazing. Deadbeats and not even doing shit at the airport, right?
After they said that they would.
What a more iconic duo. Mine was a bit different. He did get to the airport and then was like, I'll never let you go, and then dropped me on the side of the road in Massachusetts like 3 weeks later.
Fantastic.
I can't, I'm not crying because it's just been so, it's just been all so fast, so surreal. No, you're not crying just because, like, you would benefit from me going to college since you would get the reimbursement for the because he was in the military or whatever, so he would actually get paid for me going to college, I think was the thing. From what I remember, it's been like 3 years. And I try not to remember that bullshit because fuck him.
Hey, fair, no, I do understand.
Like, that motherfucker was like, oh, none of those stories that your mom told me were being told you about me were true. And then I'm like, about that, she did mention that, you would leave your guns lying around while I was a baby in places that I could reach them. And, I was in your room that, you were letting me sleep in, and, you had a fucking assault rifle in the closet where I could easily reach it, and it was loaded, and the safety was off.
Hey,
Yeah. So
deadbeat dad for the win.
what a dipshit. Like, he absolutely was just completely lying. So it's like, also, I saw your MySpace post where you talked about wanting to chop her into pieces.
Holy shit. Guess that's one I haven't heard in a while.
I did in fact remember reading that. So, that wasn't a story she told me. I literally just looked at your MySpace page that you had added her on and didn't block her from, so she could easily just fucking give it to the court and be like, yeah, this dude's a psycho. Like, she literally did that. You can't fucking lie about that shit. It got
This
proved.
isn't something you can make up.
I literally read it at the time. And trust me, when you're like 12 reading about your fucking blood father wanting to kill your blood mother and then chop her into cubes, it kinda sticks with you.
That I also understand, because my father did stuff like that to my mom.
Like, granted, my mother also is not like fucking innocent. She sucks ass too, but in a different way. And at least, you know, her suckage revealed itself over time. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try choking you for eating Cheerios as a baby. A thing that he did.
The upside though, while I was up here, I found out, I'm actually car sick.
Oh.
Or I get car sick, I should say. But that's just because Vermont has, like, really, like, twisty and, like, weird roads.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's not
But
something
I
I was
don't
familiar
get
with.
car sick in Florida, like, at all.
At least where we're at, which is basically just straight roads everywhere.
Well, I've really, like, been over the entire state.
Oh.
Like, the only place I haven't been is, Miami.
Right. Yeah, I've never... Well, I have been to Miami for, like, appointments and shit. Like, MRIs or... No, not MRIs, like, they were gonna give me, like, a prosthetic back brace, I think. If I remember correctly. Back when I was a kid. And that was the thing that I had to go to for that was that was in Miami. If I remember correctly, it's been literally decades at this point, I think. No, not literally decades, plural, but it's been over a decade. I wasn't 4 when that happened, so...
Oh, I also have a story for you and possibly your chat.
Yeah.
So, I was in New Hampshire today, waiting at this Starbucks, waiting for my sister to come pick me up, to come take me home. And while I was waiting inside there, I went up to the counter to order a coffee. You know, normal things. And the girl at the counter thought I was hitting on her. And I just kind of laughed because... for obvious reasons that you know.
Yeah.
And the other obvious reason, I have a plane ticket in the morning.
Yeah, that would be a real, brain genius move, like... Yeah, let's, have a long-distance relationship, I guess.
And then she just called me, like, I didn't say anything. I literally just laughed and, like, took my coffee and went and sat down. She's like, oh, you think that's funny?
Yeah.
And I was just like, you don't understand why I think that's funny.
That's very stupid.
And then I finally explained it to her, and she's like, oh.
And it's like, yeah, that is funny. Man, maybe I shouldn't, assume stuff like that based off of, like, imagined shit. Granted, like, I've definitely been hit on before by people, but, like, it was very obvious that they were. For instance, asking me if I wanted to model underwear and saying how, like, good I would look doing it. The first day of work, had a job, like...
Like, I understood where she was coming from, because, like, some guys are just scumbags, like, to girls.
Yes.
So...
As far as she was aware, yes. But...
Yeah.
I would go so far as to say a lot of, if not most, many guys are without even, like, knowing it. Like, I think a lot of them think that they're not, but they are. Pretty obviously, if...
But yeah, I had to explain to her, like, that, like, one, I'm trans, and two, I'm not into girls. Like, at all.
And also three...
Yeah,
no.
and three, I'm pooping.
And four... also no.
Yeah, also no. But yeah, like, she apologized afterwards, and I was just kind of like, yeah, okay.
Granted, being trans doesn't necessarily mean...
Yeah, being trans doesn't mean it, like...
Yeah, but
like,
she yeah, but the point is making her know that you're not being a scummy dude.
Yeah.
If anything, you would be a scummy lady, which is...
Really... okay? Like, not okay. Well, that sounded bad. Not okay.
It's okay. It's okay. You heard it here, folks. Rose endorses scumbag women.
Scumbag women? Okay.
Slay queen.
I guess I'll call my mom in the morning and tell her that, tell her about this.
Phenomenal. Also, not to, derail the topic, but, this run of Tiny Rogues is going pretty well. Methinks. I'm not sure if you're watching it currently.
I'm actually not watching the stream, I'm just kind of talking.
Yeah, I had figured. But, yeah, I'm kind of just... This is a one run already. I'm not gonna lose this run. I have a very strong weapon, a very strong build for said weapon. I'm about to get a free ability now, because I'm gonna re-roll one that's no longer useful. Oh, I can't do that
I'm not
yet.
watching the stream because my ride's picking me up in 5 hours to take me to the airport.
Yeah.
And I still have some packing to do, so...
Right. Completely fair. I wasn't trying to, like, guilt trip you into doing so or anything. obviously. I do not really mind views personally. If I did, I would have like a panic attack.
Hey, I can always watch the VOD tomorrow when I get there.
Yeah. And then you'll be like, she wasn't kidding. Does this already have an enchantment on it? No, it does not. But, yeah. I was gonna say, before we got sidetracked on the whole endorsing scummy ladies, I was gonna say, girl boss close to the sun, I suppose. I was gonna say that that's not uncommon, but that definitely was a very fun... That was a very funny thing to say.
It's not what I meant to say, but it's what I meant to say, if that makes sense.
It's what you meant to say in your heart of hearts.
Exactly.
We understand.
It's like I didn't mean it, but I...
You'll take it.
Exactly.
Okay. I have nothing that needs to be attuned. Going there would be useless for me. So time to just kill some dinguses. I can't wait till the new the next big update of Tiny Rogues, because then they're gonna add a new area, from what I understand. 4, 6, and doesn't really matter, so I'm gonna go for the souls because that's meta progression. Or more like meta progression. I feel like dying. Also, I fucking hate, I'm like 90% sure you haven't experienced something like this, but someone reported one of my YouTube videos as containing suicidal content, apparently. And this is like a video from like 2 years ago.
Fuck?
I don't know why, because I haven't rewatched it, so I don't know if like the music I recommended in it, if there was like a suicidal lyric in it or something. But then I get this fucking patronizing email from YouTube like, we hope you're okay. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you do not. Also, shut up. Like, this is a 2-year-old video, and B, like, you continually allow people to send me death threats. So, no, you don't care about me. Stop lying. I won with half a heart of HP.
Oh.
Let's go. Granted, I had... Oh, sorry. Sorry?
Well, I was just gonna ask you a question.
Oh.
What do you think I should wear on my flight tomorrow? My Alice in Wonderland shirt or my Trans Pride shirt?
I would say the Trans Pride one, but kind of obvious coming from me, and also on a stream called Trans-Analia. But,
yeah, I guess I didn't think that one through.
yeah. Dingus.
Well, speaking of,
Mhm.
I've been wearing my trans pride shirt, like, a lot more since I got up here, and, like, I swear, every time I wear it, someone just pulls me aside on the side of the road, and it's just like, I love your shirt, and I was like, I never got this in Florida.
Better places do exist.
For real. And not to mention, like, on the side of the road, like, buildings everywhere up here just have, like, pride flags of anything. Like, there's so many, like, trans, like, pride flags on buildings and just regular LGBT flags.
If there are pride flags for everything, then is there one for polyamory?
Maybe, but I'd have to see the flag off the top of my head.
It's the one with the pie symbol. Not like pie as in the food, obviously, but in terms of the mathematical symbol.
Yeah, I know what you.
I know, but I wanted to say the joke.
You know what? I'm gonna wear my Wonderland shirt. Just because my trans pride shirt needs to be washed.
Understood. This would have been helpful intel. Now I have just recommended you wear a dirty shirt. Bad friend vibes.
Bad friend, by the way.
You endorse toxic women. I endorse wearing clothes that haven't been washed in a while.
I guess we're both bad for something.
Everyone can agree I'm the worst one in this situation. I believe.
Awesome.
What kind of monster recommends wearing a dirty shirt?
Yeah, like the bad women thing, anyone can agree on, but like the dirty shirt, like who would do such a thing?
Yeah, like everyone's thirsting over like Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. No one's thirsting over wearing dirty clothes. Other than me in this case, I believe. Truly scummy of me.
Is it scummy of you if you didn't know the clothes was dirty though?
Yes. Also, I just realized that being scummy of me then makes me a scummy woman, thereby making me endorsed.
By endorsing me even further.
You have endorsed me, thereby endorsing what I have said. By the transitive property of trans.
My enemy is my friend.
Amazing. I'm glad that you still consider me your friend after I attempted to sabotage you by recommending that you wear a dirty shirt.
It's alright, you're not going anywhere no matter what.
Well, that depends on how things that I told you about before stream pan out. In terms of where I go.
Well,
Bazinga.
yeah, I meant like.
I know. I know, but sometimes you just gotta banter a little bit when you're doing your Blueturb and Twitch.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it and be funny.
While I was up here, though.
Sorry, what? The audio cut out.
I said I did, like, rework my entire wardrobe like I said I would while I was up here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Yeah. I guess I could use a, here. You have outlived your usefulness, other wands. Even though the B ranked one is better on paper than the C ranked one, the C ranked one is more fun. Which is completely babbling as far as you're aware. Because again, you're not watching the stream, but for those watching, I am aware that I sold an objectively worse wand. This was on purpose, I don't make mistakes.
I am actually almost finished packing, so I could be watching it soon.
Terrific, because I'm gonna be going for overall 2 hours, but we're almost halfway anyways, so like another an hour and 5. 8 procs. Alright. Seriously, I love this wand, even though it's not on paper very good. It is just very satisfying. That's one of the things I like about Tiny Rogues, like, you feel powerful pretty much all of the time, but obviously, like, at the higher levels of power, you just feel like you're a goddess, in our case. I walked right into that bullet like a fool.
Sounds like fun.
I should stop talking about the game itself because there's not much banter potential with that. Unless I, like, make an observation on the game that's funny, but at least not yet. If you are able to start watching, of course, then there's more we can riff on. But, anything you've, watched or read or played lately that you might want to talk about? Or music?
Honestly, I haven't really been up to much, unfortunately.
I don't think that I've listened to anything in the past, like, couple of days. In terms of video games, I've obviously played quite a few. I tried Driftwood that came out recently, which you can't look at Steam to see what that is, but basically it's like a skateboarding game where you're a sloth.
will say I am excited for the new Mortal Kombat game that's coming out soon.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah. Just because I've always really been into, like, MK for a long time.
What may be cool, and I haven't really looked into it at all, like the practicals of it, but there is the new Spider-Verse movie in theaters. That may be something cool to maybe do together at some point while you're down here.
That is something that I want to watch. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah, I loved the first one.
Yeah, I loved the first one too.
And
people tell me it's better than the first one.
I don't think that's possible, considering that the first one is the best Spider-Man movie as far as I'm concerned, but I will see, possibly with you. If that were to be something we ended up doing.
Yeah, for sure.
But Dan, my friend, since the Comic Versus days, he said that it's fantastic and that he thinks I should see it in a theater, but I don't know where the closest theater is. And I don't know the practicals of getting to it. Because when I was growing up, basically the only theater we ever went to was either the cheapo one in DeBerry, or not DeBerry, Orange City. And that one's closed down since. And they only ever played, like, kind of movies that were out of their general theatrical run, but weren't on DVD yet. Again, they were like a cheapo one that smelled like piss and popcorn. But,
well, speaking of movie theaters, there's the movie theater in Port Orange, the Hollywood Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to be going there pretty soon to watch the new Flash movie that's about to come out. But if you ever want to watch the Spider-Man movie, just let me know and I'll take us both there.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. For sure. I would definitely... Like, I was about to say, like, I don't know if there's any closer theaters than the... Well, the one that I was used to growing up, the one that I always went to as a kid was the one in Altamont.
The one I always went to is in the city that you came to visit me in, New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah. Which tracks, considering that's the one that was closest to you. But then again, like I said, the one that was closest to me for the longest time was like pretty much an objectively shit one. Like, they were terrible. Just absolutely awful at everything. Like, the place reeked of, like, people pissing in the aisle or leaving, you know, stale popcorn everywhere and them not cleaning anything up.
Oh, fun times.
There's a reason why they closed down. Shock of all shocks. Their sterling reputation eventually caught up with them. And by sterling, I mean... I don't know where this joke is going, but insert a joke here. Insert a very funny joke and then laugh at it, please. But, dear viewers and no one else, my shame is immeasurable. at not actually having a joke there. But c'est la vie. Which I'm going to eventually accidentally make into like a punt, like a catchphrase. Which is not my intention, but now that I say it out loud, is slowly / quickly becoming an intention.
My apologies even more, chat people, for having no jokes to follow.
That's fine.
I'm not really good at all with jokes on demand. My mom tried to get me to do it the other night too, and I was just like frozen solid.
Well, I just said to insert a joke here. You don't have to actually have one. Just imagine that there was a funny joke, please. And then laugh. No. Obviously, I'm bullshitting. See, that's something that could be worked into a bit, but I'm not going to. Because it is rooted in my shame.
Fair enough.
Oh no, there's a shark coming for me. Did you ever go to Universal growing up?
Yeah, actually, I had passes going there when I was growing up.
Yeah. Same. Did you ever go to Jaws the Ride?
Probably, but I don't remember it.
Do you remember an animatronic shark that's lit on fire, like lunging at you in the inside of a tiny surf shack?
Honestly, I don't think I really remember much from the Universal theme park. Just like the only thing I really do remember from there is the Harry Potter section.
The Harry Potter section is what eventually killed the Jaws ride. It wasn't there afterwards, which, personally, in my opinion, the Harry Potter section kind of ruined Universal for a time, personally.
Yeah.
It also killed the Jaws ride, which, in my opinion, is one of the best theme park rides ever. Like, genuinely, no bullshit. I think that one is phenomenal. One of the best ones I've ever been on. It's just, like, even with all of its flaws, it was just absolutely one of a kind.
Honestly, I've been to all the theme parks except for Disney.
Except for Disney. So
which actually makes me kind of upset, because I really want to go to Disney.
Have you been to Wet n Wild?
Actually, that's probably the one I've been to the most.
I was about to say, because a lot of people forget about Wet n Wild being around here.
Oh, trust me, my mom brought me there all the time growing up.
Or they'll not think of it as like a theme park. They'll think of it as a water park. Which it is kind of both. Actually, is Wet n Wild even still a thing? Because I remember like them talking about like closing it or something, or rebranding it or some shit.
I believe it got rebranded.
Yeah. Like, I remember that, like, towards the tail end of me visiting Universal, because someone there was talking about it, and was trying to sell it. Which makes no fucking sense in retrospect. Why did Universal allow someone to advertise another theme park at their theme park? They didn't even... And then they kept doing that by making the Harry Potter section and advertising other theme parks. By turning that shit.
They're still owned by Universal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot.
Like Island of Adventure is owned by Universal.
Oh yeah, Islands of Adventure is different from Wet n Wild though.
Well, that's where the Harry Potter stuff is.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, no, my joke there was they made the Harry Potter section, which was advertising other theme parks, by turning Universal shit, is what I was saying. That was my joke there.
Gotcha. I misunderstood.
I think we were both kind of talking a little bit at the same time.
Yeah.
So we kinda... I do understand why. For sure. But no, I was just making an insult to Harry Potter and the Harry Potter world. Which, again, is terrible in my opinion. Just made foot traffic horrible for, like, an eternity afterwards. And then killed, like, a bunch of really great rides. With no, like... Especially with Jaws the ride, there was no equivalent after it. Which made it even worse. And even so, like, even if they tried to make one, could they have? Is there even a shark in Harry Potter?
I mean, how can you get better than perfection?
Yeah, like, also true, like, the fucking skippers on Jaws the ride would literally pull out a grenade launcher and shoot at the fucking shark. Is there any other, like, theme park ride that does that? That includes a grenade launcher? And some of the skippers on there were, like, genuinely hilarious people. They'd be like, oh shit, this fucking shark again. Especially towards the end, they just got kind of cynical with it. So they were just snarky about it. And it was just absolutely amazing. That's not really useful, but I'll take it.
But yeah, not including like water parks. Universal and Island of Adventure are probably the like places I've been to the most.
Yeah. Which pre-Harry Potter, I would say they are the best. Especially Islands of Adventure before then. Because again, they had Jaws the ride. No
Well,
other...
my family's really like big into like Harry Potter stuff, so...
I was never into Harry Potter, so it was just like... Cool, you made it so that we can barely waddle around the park. Like, how is that fun? But, like, yeah, basically it just turned the whole park into... Yeah, let's just walk very slowly everywhere and have, like, 10 billion hour wait times. For a worse part of the park.
Well, my mom was like obsessed with the butterbeer. So...
We never did, like, any of the food or drink stuff there because... expensive, but...
I do understand.
Yeah, like, theme park food is always expensive because that's where they get you. Or at least as, like, a pass holder. Yeah, at least as a pass holder, because obviously, if you're an annual pass holder, you're not making them money by continually going to the park, you know? You're making them money by buying shit. And food is something people need to eat, so they hack up the prices on that above anything else, obviously.
Honestly, like, pass holder, like, like buying passes doesn't even really make sense unless you're going more than like 3 times.
Yeah, but once you, like, if you go there like 8 times a year or more, you're like more than, like, you're profiting from that basically. Assuming that,
Yeah, exactly.
assuming that you like pack everything that you bring, like if you pack your food and you never give them any money, like you don't buy shit from them, you don't buy like the fast passes or anything like that. Which I think that's how fast passes work, but again, it's been like a decade since I've been back there. But like, basically you're profiting off of it, at least in terms of like the theme park. The pass is like concerned. Obviously, it still costs gas to get there if you don't live like right down the street or some shit. Like if you live Orange City to Barrie like we were at the time, like the gas is what costs more money than the passes overall.
I think I lived in Jacksonville when I was going there the most, and so it was like an hour and 45-minute drive there.
Yeah, so if you were like going there, again, like 8 or more times a year, you were basically profiting off of it in terms of the passes, but the gas money may have been a bit of a stickler. Okay.
I honestly don't remember how often we went, but I know we went there quite a bit to the park that we would get the passes for. I don't remember, because we always got different passes each year.
Right, we always did the double, so we would go from one to, like, if we got bored in Islands of Adventure, we would hop over. I forget what they actually... Sorry.
I was meaning, like, different, like, owned parks. Like, we would get, like, but for Universal, we would buy, like, both passes to both parks.
Right. I thought you meant one or the other, like...
Yeah, no. Well, like, if we were gonna go to, like, Universal, we would buy both Islands of Adventure and Universal at the same time, so we could just walk to the other park.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like, that's for the best.
Yeah. But no, like, each year we would buy, like, a different, owned, like, park. Like, so we would get, like, Busch Gardens one year, or we would get, like, Universal the next year.
I'm gonna be honest, I do not get Busch Gardens as like, a park.
They're probably the best for actual roller coasters.
That may be part of why I wasn't, like, a big, like... The roller coasters that I liked were kind of like all of the, like, low... You know... Not too harsh or anything like that.
No, I can understand that. Like, if you don't like roller coasters, you probably weren't the biggest fan of Busch Gardens.
Yeah, because, like... The food wasn't particularly great, if I remember correctly. And then there wasn't really much, like, in terms of, like, attractions besides rides. And I did go...
a weirder park.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't really have, like, the edutainment type stuff like SeaWorld does, which, granted, SeaWorld is not very good about that, but as a kid you don't fucking know those problems. So it's a lot easier to just be like, this is fun. I get to see the pengies.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you don't really understand stuff like that.
Like, you don't know, oh, they're kind of abusing these animals. Oops. Dolphins aren't actually supposed to be kept in tiny pools. They're
It really shouldn't be in there. Like, oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, so it's like, as a kid, you're able to kind of engage with it as just like, oh, this fun animals and whatnot. Oh shit, they're releasing a Super Lesbian Animal RPG vinyl I just saw on Tumblr, it looks like. Shit, I accidentally just closed the Tumblr page for that. Instinctively. But it looks cool. And even though I don't have a record player, I do want to get it because I don't want to be left behind on owning this RPG shit. Doomerang, Inferno Orb, Flame Wand, Meteor Scroll. I suppose Flame Wand. I've already done this one before, but it's a cool wand. So I'm not gonna complain.
Fair enough.
I was about to say I will complain about taking damage, but then I didn't take damage. Fear me. Don't actually fear me, but like fear me in terms of like I have great power, and I know not what to do with it. Occult Mask. Anytime you pick up a Mana Star, inflict corruption to all enemies in the room. I don't know what corruption is, but I will take it as being cool and good. Extra mana. That's good, and it synergizes with what I just picked up. So I'll take it. Please do not kill me while I cannot see where I'm moving because of all of the particles on the screen. Thank you, game, for not killing me as I asked. How kind of you. How kind of you, tiny rogues. Your generosity knows no bounds. Oh, look, the Mind Flamer. Holy shit, I just fucking eviscerated the Mind Flamer. I didn't even realize it's the Mind Flamer and not the Mind Flayer. But yeah, you're the thumbnail. How fitting. Not you, Rose, obviously, but the Mind Flamer boss. Yeah, I just took your likeness without permission and just uploaded it as a YouTube thumbnail for no reason.
Yeah, just took my frickin' PFP and put it on there. Just slapped it on there.
Just like, yeah, this is Tiny Rogues.
And it's like, she'll see tomorrow when I upload it.
Or you could see it when you look on YouTube. Bazinga.
Yeah, I guess I could look now
and see it, read it and weep. I don't even have any armor anyway, so Death Defiance.
Oh, I do like the thumbnail though.
Thank you. My thumbnails are good.
I do agree with that. I've been liking like a lot of your thumbnails recently.
This implies that there are thumbnails of mine that you don't like.
I didn't mean it like that.
No, I know. I've been liking a lot. curious framing. Also, I'm taking a lot of damage.
Oh, so you don't like some of them? Like, just do me dirty like that.
A random enchantment? I shall take a random enchantment. Superior does extra 5 damage and plus 5 APS. I'll take that.
And has contrary.
Phenomenal. Level up and...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wasn't paying attention to what you said, so I'll just take it that you didn't say anything.
You know what? That's probably for the best. Let's just assume that I didn't.
Let's get Storm in a bottle. So many storms in a bottle I can have.
Don't tell her what I said.
Chat, rat on her. There's no one in the chat right now. No one can rat on you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're safe. For now.
For now.
For now. But now doesn't last forever.
Yeah, but no one can rat on me because there's no one there. Unless someone goes back and watches the VOD.
Like me, which I could do.
Oh no!
You're not the only one who can do funky shit. Mein Freund. Let me stop shooting right now so that I can actually look at the screen. That was a good decision.
No, Rose. I am the VOD viewer.
No one else watches my videos except for me. I just have 500 alt accounts. Actually, 71,000 according to my hidden and unknown video.
I will say 500. That's an impressive amount of accounts.
I couldn't hear you because of all of the sound effects popping off there, but I did just beat the boss.
Okay, well, I was just saying how many, like, for 500 accounts, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I put a lot of, effort into getting my 71,000 views on that video. I made 71,000 accounts. They're not botted or anything, I just made 71,000 accounts.
I just made them.
Single-handedly. I created... Not only that, I gave them all lore as well. I've been, just setting up their accounts, some of them, over the past, 12 years. They've all got their, own little personalities and wants and desires. I can destroy them at any moment. I'm gonna stop on that joke just because someone may actually try ratting me out and being like, she admitted to botting or ulting. Obviously, I have not actually done that. But that would be very funny if they didn't accuse me of it.
That would be fun.
And then if I got banned for it, that would be even funnier. Not for me, but it would be very funny, as a cosmic joke.
For sure.
I will be pivoting the game from Tinyfolks just because I'm on a streak right now, and I don't want to ruin it by having another run that ends up being bad. So I'm gonna play Gunsuit Guardians instead. which is a game I haven't tabbed in for this month, despite me wanting to tab it in for this month, because I didn't have any PNGs for it to make a thumbnail. Let me see what this fucking SLRPG thing was, though. Also, I need to turn the volume down on the game so that you're audible. Okay. Because a lot of the times the audio will just eat up people's ability to be heard. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at the, Okay. I'm just looking at what this SLRPG announcement was. Physical release on CD and vinyl. Pre-orders open this Friday. How much?
Oh, there's actually a picture I wanted to show you.
Uh-huh.
For the Pokemon trans community. One of the artists in it is making shirts of this picture. And I'm actually going to be getting one. I was wondering if you were interested in wanting to have one too.
Oh, that's very nice. I'm tempted to show that on stream if I remember to do so at the end of it, because I do want to pivot over to Gunsuit Guardians so that there's a game being played, at least. Let me see. I'm trying to manage this. Edit stream info. We are now playing Gunsuit Guardians. Not sure if you've seen me playing this game.
Maybe?
You may have.
No, let me look at the game and then I'll know.
I have to actually set it on.
Oh, well, I'm looking at YouTube right now.
I have to set it as the game capture, which Slobs is not letting me do right now. It's not actually showing Gunsuit, so...
Yeah, it's just saying be right back on the stream. Like, yeah, stream will be right back.
Yep, now it's up. At least on my end. I don't know if there are any achievements that have been added yet. And minigun.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that game.
Sorry?
I said, yeah, I've seen that game.
Yes. This is one of my favorite games of the year so far. Though not to spoil a certain video I'm working on.
But yeah, I just needed to see that, like, which game it was.
Yeah. I got this game from the developer. So, disclosure there. Review copy provided. Also, I'm swapping over to controller now. I forget what the button is for dash on controller. So I'll have to fiddle with that. Okay, it's right trigger. I was about to say right twigger. But yeah, this game is just phenomenal, as far as I'm concerned.
That awkward moment when you want to change your Discord profile picture to the picture I just sent you, because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But you can't because the picture you're currently using is a matching picture with your boyfriend's picture.
I mean, you could set up a... You could get a matching one for him.
I mean, that's true.
Not sure what pride flags he would prefer, but... Could be done.
He's bi, so
Oh.
get some like bi flags.
Gotcha. As you will see in due time, I would like to see Heracross with a trans pride flag, but that's for another video thumbnail. Wink wink. Sorry, the audio cut out there for a sec. I may have hit my microphone. Did you say anything there, or?
Oh, all I said was okay.
Oh, got it. Yeah, the audio kind of sounded like it had cut out for a sec, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't really say anything, don't worry.
Yeah. It may not have actually cut out, I may just be hearing, like, the mix of the sound effects of the game plus you talking plus anything that may just be happening in the background IRL.
Well, I'm also on a phone, so like that might be why.
That is also possible. Any background noise on your end as well. Or just noise. Not necessarily like background noise, but just like unintended noise, I guess.
Yeah.
Got that. Hell yeah. I will say, I've been wanting to talk to someone about the SLRPG Discord server. Which, if you recall, I had joined like a little while ago.
Yeah.
I ended up leaving there just because, like, I didn't like being there.
Wait, what?
Well, people were saying some, like, stuff about AI and shit, and that was where I decided to dip out, or quote-unquote AI, because it's the shit that gets called, like, AI art is not actually AI. It's an algorithm, just like YouTube, like the YouTube algorithm. And the only reason why it gets called AI is to make it sound more advanced than it is. But, like, it's the same kind of technology, I should say. It's not like... It's definitely more advanced than the YouTube algorithm, but it is still, like, the same thing fundamentally, in terms of the technology. But anyways,
I never knew, like, people said that stuff, because you never told me.
well, I kind of left there after you left here, I think. But,
Oh, okay. That's probably why I didn't know that.
Also, just because, like, I haven't really been talking to anyone about it, just because, like, it wasn't just that, though. That was just, like, the last thing where I was just, like, I got into... It wasn't even, like, an argument, because none of the people were arguing back. They were just, like, stop talking about it. And it was like, no, this bothers us. Me and one of the other people there who got bothered about it. And then we were like, if you don't want to read about it, just fucking mute the server, like we had to do when you people were talking about it for hours. And also...
so they wouldn't, like, argue about it, they would just be like, shut up.
Yeah, they weren't arguing, they were just like, this makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, you made me uncomfortable talking about shit that can ruin not only my livelihood, potentially, but the livelihood of, like, a lot of my friends. So no. Shut up.
I hate like that.
Shut up about it, telling me to shut up. But that wasn't even, like, the big thing. The big thing was just, like, being uncomfortable being there for reasons that were not all like other people. Some of it was just me saying stupid shit on there and then just like constantly being reminded of it.
Right.
That I had said stupid shit on there in a server with, you know, Bobby, the creator of SlarPG, who I respect very highly, obviously. So it's just like felt kind of embarrassing being there. Like that was like the main thing. And it was just like, I'm not having, like, this is making me feel bad being here. So I ended up just leaving. I didn't make, like, I tried not making a scene of it, I just left, you know?
Yeah.
Which I don't see why I should, like, even on paper, want to make it a scene about something like that, because it's not that big a deal leaving a Discord server. But then, like, a bunch of people start, well, not a bunch of people, 2 of them, like, tried messaging me, like, multiple times afterwards, and I was like, they're wanting to ask me why I left the server. So I just ignored their messages. Like, you know how on Discord, if someone sends you a friend request, you can, you don't have to block them or anything, you can just ignore the friend request?
Yeah. As long as you're not in the same, like, group with them, like, they can't message you or anything, unless you're friends.
Or if you have... You can also have it set to where people can message you whenever, if they're not friends. That's a setting you can change. But if you're not in a server with someone, they can't do that, right?
Yeah.
Or at least if you have that setting turned on, to where people.
I believe that's how I have it set, is where, like, you have to be at least in a server with me to talk to me.
Yeah. DM, at least. But, like...
And trust me when I say I do understand what you mean, because, like, the whole, like, the respect thing, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Because I met a YouTuber that I, like, really, really liked a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually lived in the same town that I did. And they went to the same game shop that I like to go each week for locals.
Right.
And everyone there didn't really like me.
Right.
And I also, like, I moved back to Florida because of my mom,
Mm-hmm.
but I also wanted to get away.
Right.
Because I didn't want, like, my image destroyed in their eyes as well.
Right.
And I still actually watch them, even though
That's cool.
they probably don't like me.
Right. But yeah, I just ended up being like... Also, it was just like, I spend like so much time on there for something that... And I want to do like the whole like... super practical, like... Oh, this wasn't productive or anything. It just wasn't something that was like... personally edifying.
Right.
And it's like, I spend already so much time, like, between doing, you know, videos, doing, you know, stuff with We Are Legion, doing things with my friends and people who I care about for other reasons. And it's like, do I really want to have like this place on speed dial where I know that I'm gonna waste a bunch of time being? And it's a waste of time because I'm not enjoying, like, it... I'm not enjoying it like I feel I should if I'm gonna be spending that much time there. Right?
Right.
Like, I literally sent, like, 3,000 messages there in the span of, like, the 3 months I was there. Like, it was just an insane amount of being on there. So I just, like, I ignored their messages. I'm like, whatever, I don't want to start any fucking bullshit. I just want to leave. You know, quietly and just go about my life. If any of those people, like, watch any of my videos or some shit, or, like, read my comics or anything, cool, whatever. Like, I don't care. Or if they want to, like, talk to me afterwards and they're not weird about it.
They can.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna block all of them. But then, like, the people who, like, continually sent me messages after I declined all of them, and then I was like, I finally added one of them back, and then I was just like, I think I think I made it pretty clear, like, immediately that I was annoyed about that. Because then, can you guess, like, the first message I sent back to that person I added back?
What was it?
I said, question mark, just singularly. And you know you're in, like, hot fucking water if someone sends that to you, like, as the first message. Like, after, like, in that context, right?
Right.
Because it's like, oh, this person probably does not want me to be bothering them. And then they were like, I saw that you left this RPG Discord server. I was wondering if you're okay. I'm like, why would I not be okay for leaving a Discord server? If anything, I'm feeling better having left it. Because again, no disrespect to, like, a lot of the people there, it made me feel bad being there.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of that was through nothing that had to do with anyone else there. Like, it doesn't... Like, just the fact that then people got... Like, started, like, snipping with me about that shit. That was like, the final straw of it, but then I was just kind of like... Yeah, I kind of want to leave anyways. Like, even if they did apologize, like... It made me think, like, yeah, I'm just not happy being here right now. And I could join, like, I could rejoin anytime if I wanted to. Like, I didn't get banned, as far as I'm aware. Not retroactively, at least. Which I don't even think you can do as a Discord, moderator. I don't think I could be banned right now. Because I left on my own accord, but... Like
I said, I do understand what you mean.
And I'm not saying this to be like, people shouldn't subscribe to Bobby's Patreon. People should absolutely subscribe to Bobby's Patreon. Phenomenal, like, so much insight into, like, the behind the scenes of the game. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm not saying people shouldn't join the Discord server either. She's, like, a fantastic moderator. It's just, again, a lot of that shit had nothing to do with her. And everything to do with the user base. Or just me. Mostly me.
You're right.
Acting a fool a bit on there. Which, again, doesn't need to be all fucking... Like, it doesn't need to be a circus. It can just be, I do not want to be here anymore. I'm quietly leaving. But I fucking hate when people are like, are you okay for no reason? Like, why would I not be okay? Am I not supposed to be? Did I do something wrong by deciding to leave a Discord server?
Yeah.
Like, especially considering, like, I do have bipolar. Like, I don't like the feeling that people are, like, observing my fucking mental health and making rash judgments about it. Right? Like, I don't like people jumping the gun being like, oh, she's suicidal, possibly. Like, that's one of the things that fucking bugs me more than anything. And it's like, why would I not be okay?
Yeah.
I have a lot of shit going in my favor right now. I am...
No, I completely get it,
happy.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not, like, trying to, like, rattle on to you necessarily. I'm just trying to vent about it more so than anything, but... It's just frustrating.
But yeah, trust me when I say I do know.
And it's also like I didn't want to embarrass myself to anyone in the dev team of it as well. That's another that's another one of the big things. So it's like, yeah, just me bowing out. Best decision I made about that, as far as I'm concerned. And there are, like, a lot of chill people there, so again...
And that makes sense, like, especially when, like, you have such big respects for them.
Yeah, and it's like, again, a lot of that shit was me doing silly shit. Not intentionally, obviously, but I still did it. And it still made me feel, like, embarrassed to look back on. So it's like, yeah, fuck it, just gonna leave. And then I was like, maybe I'll rejoin, but it's like, if people are gonna, like, ask me why I left, if I were to rejoin, then I don't want to go back, Like, I don't want people being like, oh, why did you leave? But yeah, ultimately I did end up, like, blocking the people who are trying to add me about that. Because it's just like... And also just the fact, like, I got added 4 times about it. By them trying to talk to me. And it's like, if I declined you the first 2 times... It probably...
Just leave me alone.
It probably means I don't want to talk to you. And it was between 2 people, so maybe one of... like, maybe the second person didn't know that the first person had sent it to me 3 times. Messages trying to reach out to me. And one of them was over Discord. Or not Discord, one of them was over Steam. Like, I got a Steam friend request from that user.
That's something I am familiar with, where, like, people add you multiple times, like, even after being declined.
Yeah, and it's like, take the hint. You know, which, like, I know some of those people are neurodivergent, so, like, they may not get those cues, which I understand. But also, like, 1, 2, 3 times probably means it's a no. And it's probably gonna stay a no. Especially if they're being sent, like, 2 at once and then another time, like, a couple of weeks later. Like,
if I said I don't want to talk to you, it means I don't want to talk to you.
And I didn't say that I didn't want to talk to them or anything like that. I just didn't, I didn't accept their friend requests. But, like, it's a pretty clear hint, I think, that, yeah, I probably don't. If I wanted to talk to you, I noticed the messages. You can tell I didn't accept it. Because you know, the request then disappears on your end if someone declines it.
Yeah.
So it's just...
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like... So it's just like... Again, I understand not understanding, like, social cues. And I don't want to be, like, shitty about that. But also, it's, like... boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have to mind my own boundaries. And if people are going to continually send me those messages and I don't want them, then I should be blocking them. Logically speaking, right? So that they leave me alone.
No, I agree. That's actually what I was trying to get to, but I wanted you to, like, finish your, like, end of the story first.
For sure.
I had this friend, like, maybe, like, well, not friends anymore. I don't talk to him anymore, obviously. But I had this person who I used to be friends with back in 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I unfriended them on Facebook. Like, a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, 3.5 weeks ago, they added me. And I added them back and started talking to them, and I was like, I don't think this is really you.
Right.
And I was like, because, like, not even 3 days later, they asked for some money from me.
Oh.
I was like, I think you're a bot trying to, like, scam people out of money. And then she actually proved that it, like, was her and that she's just in a really rough patch at the moment.
Right.
And right before I unfriended her, I was like, well, I'm not comfortable with you doing that still.
Right.
I was like, we haven't talked in years, and first thing, you're asking for money now.
Yeah.
So I unfriended her, and then literally 3 days ago, she tried to add me back. Again.
Yeah, like 6 months, maybe, is a good cool-off timer, I think.
But not like 3 weeks.
I mean, I guess, like, if you'd, like, if there's, like, a big change in those 3 weeks, like, hey, I got everything all sorted out on my end, I just wanted to apologize and say it, you know, I'm actually in the clear now, or something like that. like, that would make sense as, like, reaching back out again in 3 weeks. But if it's just, like, sorry, or, you know...
No, like, she literally didn't even say anything. She literally just, like, sent, like, another friend request.
Yeah.
And I just blocked her after that one. I was just like, no.
Yeah, that's... Again, that... Not something you should do if you want to keep up relations with someone, you know? Doesn't make sense, honestly. So I'm gonna stop playing games on my end, but I will play some music in the background. Right now I'm just getting that pulled up. But we can keep chatting if you have anything you wanted to say at this point.
But, like, are you continuing streaming or no?
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
Okay. Yeah, we can keep talking for sure. I just want to make sure I didn't say some stuff that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, publicly, yeah. For sure. I'm gonna get the music credit on here.
Understood.
Gonna play the Loop Hero soundtrack a little bit. Which is fantastic song. Like, this song, Loop Blues, is fantastic. Also, do you want to check, like, the audio levels and see if these are good?
Yeah, 1 second. Pull up the stream on my TV real quick.
Yeah.
It's the smart TV.
And then you can check to see if the music is at a good level with us talking.
But let's start playing it now.
Yeah. I'm just looking at recent news stories on my end. What the fuck?
Oh wait, sorry. Don't want to like play it too loud so that it's playing through the phone.
Gotcha. Also, you know those like cheap mobile game ads where it's like trying to like you have to slide like the little bars out of the way in the right order, or the like monster will kill you or some shit?
Yeah.
And it's like the mobile game ads are always like the person playing the worst way possibly. Oops.
By the way, the music is at a good level.
Okay, that's good. Like people will play like the game at the worst, like in the worst possible way, so that the ad makes you be like, oh, I could do that better. That looks easy. And then you go and download it or some shit.
Yeah.
I just saw one of those ads, but it's Angry Birds. And it looks official. What? Angry Birds Dream Blast. Is this a real thing? I'm gonna look that up. It's showing up as one of the top search results. Is it real? The game is real, but the ad isn't. What the?
Those moments.
The ad is fake. Which, that's the usual thing with those, like, kinds of ads. But it hits different when it's fucking Angry Birds, like... Because, like, there are actual Angry Birds games that are actual games, you know? At least the first couple are, like, actually good. Like, really good.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the fuck are they doing this? You're Angry Birds, you don't need to make these fake ads. What the fuck?
There's a lot of games like that where they're like, the ads are fake, but like
Gardenscapes does that. That's one of the big ones. Amazing.
an app started out like that, where the ads would be fake, but like what is happening is real.
Like the game is real. Like what they're advertising is a real thing. But
Yeah, exactly.
But the way that they're advertising it is bullshit that doesn't exist. Like, what the fuck? And they just got bought by Sega too.
Oh my god.
So it's like, Sega does what Nintendo don't, I guess. I love the fucking Loop Hero soundtrack. Why isn't it on Spotify is my question. I'm not mad because Spotify kind of sucks for artists, but also, why isn't it?
There's a personal artist that I've been listening to recently, and she hasn't been put on Spotify yet, but like she said that like she's trying to be, and I was actually really like sad when she told me that she wasn't.
Right. I mean, with local files, you can add musicians onto Spotify. It's just that they're not going to get any stream views for it or paid for it. Which, granted,
Yeah.
Spotify pays barely anything, but barely anything is more than not getting paid for someone listening to
It's
the
at
local
least
files.
something.
Which, granted, if you buy the soundtrack and that's how you would get the local files, you're giving them more money than any streams ever would from you. But still, like, I like doing both because then at least they are making something off of me listening multiple times. Also, gonna listen to the Carl soundtrack next. So I'm gonna hide the music tag while I choose what to play.
Yeah, when I try to show my support for artists, like I try to show like actual support by like giving them like paid money for it.
Yeah. Is the music good right now?
Let me see.
This song rules.
Yeah, that's good right now.
This is from the Carl soundtrack. Carl Carl soundtrack.
This one's really good actually.
Yeah, I was playing this game and I was like, the soundtrack fucking rules. I'm glad I bought it with the game. Because it came in a bundle with the game itself.
I'm not looking forward to Florida weather.
Yeah, it's pretty hot lately.
It's summertime.
Yeah.
I've actually been pretty happy with being in a place where the average for summertime is like 50 to 60.
Chilly.
You don't even understand. It was literally like 30 one of the days
Jesus.
when I first got here. Like it was actually insane.
What the hell?
In December to visit my mom
This
for
fuck-
Christmas.
By the way, this song fucking just is going wild. But yeah,
I'm not with my winter jacket with me. I'm just gonna leave my winter jacket for when I do come back.
gotcha.
This song is good.
Yeah, fucking rules. But yeah, it looks like I will be pre-ordering the SLRPG soundtrack on vinyl or CD.
Nice.
Depending on how much it costs, if I do both. But I'm gonna play one more song and then we'll head off for the stream. We'll chat while we're listening to it.
Yeah, but yeah.
And I will set the raid on Twitch to go to Girl Stream Team since they're streaming still. Or they just started actually.
Okay.
And Beacon Pines OST. Oops. Give me the music tag layer, not the alert box. Please, Streamlabs, I'm begging you.
Wasn't like getting on a flight in not even 5 hours. I'd probably get off for the night after the stream ends.
Yeah. Playing this one at the end because this song is just phenomenal as like a closer in my opinion. Actually, I may do one of the SLRPG songs last, so actually I think we'll do one more, but it'll be a 1 minute and 30-second song.
Spoilers? What the hell? I thought we were friends.
Sorry, what?
You said you were doing one of the RPG songs, and I said spoilers. I thought we were friends.
Well, it's only a spoiler if you haven't finished the game.
You know I haven't.
But also, you don't have to listen to it. You could turn the volume down now. Or when it starts. If you spoil yourself, that's by your decision.
I'll just pause the stream. No, I can't hear it.
Alright. So I'm gonna go to the space between the song. The space between by Beatrix Quinn.
By the way, you do your own thumbnails, right?
Yes. All of my thumbnails are all by me, at least the editing of it. The art is obviously by the relevant artists.
Well, I wanted to know if you could make me a profile picture.
Of course. Usually profile pictures aren't too difficult to edit. Unless...
Basically, all I want you to do is just use the same picture of this and put the trans flag in the background.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do that. I would ask the artist if you still have a DM with her, if she could send you a PNG file of it with no background. Or
I'm actually not liked with her anymore. I haven't talked to her since she made it, actually.
You could still reach out and say, hey, first of all, it's good to, mention that sort of thing.
I've been trying to get in contact with her, but...
Oh.
I just haven't been able to.
Got it. Is she not on Discord anymore? Or?
Well, I only talked to her over email.
Oh. Got it.
And
She hasn't responded.
yeah, well, I can't find her email anymore.
Oh. Didn't you have her website that you sent me a link to? Her email should be on the website.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the link. We'll do that, or I'll send that after we finish up this stream, I think. But,
Yeah, not a serious thing. We can do that later.
yeah. I'll, send the, like I said, the Twitch VOD over to Girl Stream Team. My friends there. So I will do that. And I'm just getting that pulled up here. Silence, doggo.
Oh, the doggos in the background. I can even hear them.
No. Okay. Stream manager. Raid channel. Girl stream team. Oh, they're doing Beacon Pines. How fitting. Alright. Did you have anything you wanted to say as, before we head off, Rose?
Everybody, have a great night.
Well,
I wanted to say thank you for having me as a guest.
thank you. How graceful. But bringing it back home, you know, you did say that you like, you know, scummy women. So, you specifically endorsed this. So, I have decided, fuck you, viewers. I hope you have a terrible night. If you're watching in the daytime, I also hope you have a terrible day. Fuck you for watching. Lick Cement Submarine.